True believers, yeah. Literally, I'm gonna level with you guys really quick. The title is not me fucking around and being funny. There's nothing to talk about. So what we're doing today is we're gonna be shooting the shit, quite literally, and we're gonna just talk, have a conversation with you guys, and me and Chris are just gonna talk, bounce off each other. And we've been kind of talking for the past 10, 15 minutes already. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just start in the middle of the conversation. So right now we're talking about Tinder and all this other shit. So he just got done asking me, okay, when someone matches with you on Tinder or any of these dating apps, how does that work out? Like, I thought that after that it was a pretty much said and done. You get to talk, which is actually not the case because uh, when someone wants to message you, if if you both, let's say you both like super liked each other, which is a thing. If you both super liked each other and you're both a match, like you're like literally Prince Charming and this princess that were destined from birth to be with each other, you would still have to pay like $5.99 a month. And I'm not doing that. And so what I would do was actually on my old Tinder profile, I would have my social media, like, just message me here. Here's my. That's why I also still have a Snapchat, is because I'm like, okay, you can contact Snapchat. Here's my Snapchat. Here's my Twitter. Here's my Instagram. And no one ever messaged me back. And there would be a couple of chicks that seemed like they were interested in me. So I would see their Instagram or Twitter, and I would DM them on there, and I would never get a response. So, yeah, yeah. So it's not that easy. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, that's right. People in your DMs. That's right. But yeah, that's yeah.
Docs my DM.
No, but
What
so
do you
yeah,
mean in my DMs? There's
yeah.
nobody there.
No, there's no one in his DMs, guys. It was a joke. It was a clown. You know why? Because he's bald, and that's why he's got no one in his DMs.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, yeah,
But
bro.
it's funny though, cause like I've never been on Tinder
It's ass.
or or really any dating apps in a very very long time, so I don't really know what it's like out there. I just hear abundance of horror stories after horror stories.
Yeah,
Um, and I was kind of telling you that like I'm like a kind of like a strategy, but like everybody kind of has
yeah,
their way of like going about doing that things, and like it's almost like that for like any kind of relationship for me. Like the older you get, the more you can sense the bullshit coming, or
yeah,
I don't to be honest with you, it's just really a crapshoot. Um, when it comes to like I'll like if it's a personal thing or if it's a relationship thing or a professional thing, I usually know within like 5 to 10 minutes of talking with somebody and psychoanalyzing the shit out of them, what kind of person they're looking for, what kind of person they want to be, uh, what kind of person they are, kind of. So I mean, it gets harder to tell over the internet. That's why you get burned a lot more with that kind of like social online dating shit than you can really can't because you can't pick up those nonverbal cues like you can in public. It's far easier to pick it off, and when it comes to that kind of stuff, like it's real simple, Gump. And I told you this before. They care, they'll show that they care. Bottom line, end of
yeah,
story. I just solved everyone's problem. And if you're trying to get somebody to care about you, stop it. That's not. You don't want that. You want them to genuinely care about you. And unfortunately, that's a percentage is really low for most people, just because of the way things are. But
yeah,
you just got to pay attention whether or not someone's giving you time and giving you effort. Um, they'll show it. If you're constantly trying to get this girl's attention, she does not like you. Move on. Seriously, I'm not trying to be a dick, but as soon as I learned that, yeah, it helped me out. So yeah.
yeah. And I'm starting to pick up on cues like that too. The more I strike out, um, and now I'm at the point where I'm no longer just kind of like really going out of my way to search. I'm just kind of like just going with the flow, and if I see someone I'm interested in, I'll just play it cool, like talk to them, see what they're like personally, and kind of go from there. And yeah, like there's been a couple people I think I talked to in the past 2 3 weeks. I think there was like 2 or 3 people. The first two are kind of checked off, and there was someone I just started talking to recently. I'm like, maybe, maybe. Like they seem like a nice person. They seem to like me. I don't know. It's too early to obviously tell, and I'm not gonna like go out and like act like a cougar and fucking just attack off of like a 1 day conversation. Nah, it's not gonna work. What's up, Webhead? We're kind of shooting shit. If there's anything you want to talk about, just comment down below. There's a couple things we won't talk about, but we'll let you know if you bring something up and we won't talk about it. But yes, we're talking about dating apps more specifically.
Dating in general.
Yeah.
It just sucks, man. Well,
Yeah.
to tell you.
Yeah, and there's some people who were telling me like, hey, it's so cool being single. I'm like, but you know what it's like to never been on a date? Like, and they're like, oh, dude, it sucks having a girlfriend constantly needing their needs. I'm like, wow, you're complaining to the guy who's never dated someone before. That's very fucked up. And I know they'll probably eventually see this. It's my British friends, so fuck you guys, you fucking little shits, little shit bags. No, but I love those guys to death. But no, it sucks. But you know, you just I'm not like
Look,
crying myself to sleep
no.
anymore over it.
Seriously, to defend them, they're like, yeah, it sucks. It's good to be single, but it's also, look, it's a double-edged sword. Being single, excuse me, comes with good and bad. Being together with somebody comes with good and bad. It's usually when you're single and you don't have somebody, you want to be with somebody. Usually when you have somebody, then you get all these other problems.
Oh, definitely.
So, like, sometimes maybe you should let your friends vent. And in some regards, Trump, I just called you Trump.
Thank you. Whoa.
Gump, whoa.
Whoa.
Slow it down, Kanye. Slow your roll, Kanye.
It's not very cool, Kanye. Splitting the vote, Kanye. Continue.
You know, you are lucky in some ways, you know, because relationships are a struggle and they're hard. And if two people aren't committed, it's even doubly hard. And you have to balance you have to worry about yourself right now. When you're in a relationship, you have to worry about somebody else. And you worry about them a lot more depending on the severity of how much you guys care about each other. So it's stressful. It could be a nightmare to try to deal with somebody else at the same time as yourself. And sometimes it is easier to be single, but then on the other hand, it's lonely as fuck.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to find somebody that you can tolerate. You don't have to agree with them all the time. You don't have to like them all the time, but can you tolerate their ass?
Yeah, that's a very, very big thing too. It's just being able to tolerate somebody, because when you're with somebody long enough, like if it be in a relationship, if it be family or friends, to any degree of any relationship, you can start finding things that really bug you. And it's, can you tolerate that for the rest of them? Can you accept that one thing that pisses you off just because they are your friend or just because they're a good person overall? And that's when relationships become very, very difficult, especially from what I've seen on the outside, like the honeymoon phases of relationships. When I see that, especially recently, I'm like, God damn, this woman doesn't see this dude's problem. This dude doesn't see this woman's problem. Like, I can sit there and just give them reasons why they shouldn't date this said person, but I'm not gonna say that because they're my friend. I gotta let him figure that out for himself, or let her figure that out for himself. And like, it's just like you gotta let that happen. And I feel like that will probably happen with me, because that's just the game of love, is getting through that honeymoon phase, which is probably, I think, the most dangerous. I won't say most dangerous. I think that's just the most blinding. That's what you fall in love with, and that's the honeymoon phase, where no matter what happens, everything's super cool, super lovey-dovey, and then once that phase starts dying out, you can really tell. And that's when problems start forming, and it's, can you stick through that? Can you like tolerate the things that you didn't notice at first, or is that not enough? And Look at me trying to be a love guru. Look at me, like freaking get a little monk costume
How
going.
could you be a love guru if you've never been in love?
Thank you, Christopher. I needed that. I needed that. I said, look at me trying to be a love guru. Fucking
My name
dick.
is Gump. Take my love advice.
Take my
I've never
love
been in
advice.
love before.
Dude, someone told me, I forget who it was, but someone told me that I would be the best for love advice because I'd never been blinded by love. I'm like, I don't think that's how this should work. I don't know. like,
I don't know. You can't give advice like you give the best scientific advice because you're not a scientist. No, no. I'm sorry. You have to kind of be blinded by love, hurt by it, see what, react to it, come back from it, and pick yourself up off the ground before you can give yourself advice. For love, yes, but being in love with another human being physically like that, like, I think the only way that you can even call yourself a guru or an expert or know what you're talking about is to actually experience it. But
yeah, Webhead asks, have you ever had a best friend of the opposite gender that you're close with, but your family and friends ship it much to your annoyance? Yes, there's actually one person. She was on my stream recently, and every time, no. Like, there's been a handful of times where people thought I was dating her.
It wasn't just me.
No,
right.
no, it wasn't just you. And I mean, yours was
You
more
guys got
interesting.
good chemistry, though.
I mean, because she lived with me for a little bit. Because I'm not going to get into her issues because that's her issues to explain. But she had nowhere to go. So at this point, I've only known her for like 3 or 4 months, and her best friend, like at the time, wasn't going to do anything, even though he literally had a spare bedroom. And I'm like, what a fucking dick. So I was like, listen, at this point in time in my life, I just got the house, that I'm living in right now. Like, my mom just got the house, and we were homeless for like 7 months, 8 months. And I'm like, I'm not going to let someone else go through that again. So I let her crash here, and my mom thought I was trying to, get with her or anything like that. And a lot of my other friends and family thought I was getting with her. And I'm like, no, she's just a friend. And I feel like that's why we have good chemistry, because she lived like literally right the floor below me. That's where she was always living. She would always hear me raging. She would always hear my jokes being loud and obnoxious. So she could tolerate me because she had to for like 2.5 years. So that's why I feel like we have that kind of chemistry, because we knew each other in person, and I kind of get where she was coming from in the bad side of her life, and she gets what was going on in my life at that point in time. So I feel like we just had chemistry because of that. And you're not the only person, and you're not going to be the last person that assumes that. I think there was someone that assumed that on her side as well too, which is crazy. But I'm like, no, just friends, which is fine. Webhead says, yeah, like me and my friend, we're close, but my family, mainly my dad, believes that there's something between us, which I'm confused. Plus she's
Are you
an
sure
A.
there's not something between you a little bit, Webhead?
There's probably a little something there.
There's probably a little something
a little touch of something. He had a thing called Chemical X.
Take it from a guy who's a little Chemical X. Oh, I fell into Chemical X. A little sugar and spice and everything nice.
I'm like, does he actually know I'm referencing to? Then you made that. I'm like, I'm proud of you, Chris. Proud of you.
I know you. Because it's really hard to explain. I don't want to come off like a perv, but like my best friend of like 10 years now. She's a woman.
Okay.
Very cute. She's very fit. Great sense of humor. Loves to laugh. Big old nerd.
I feel like the sense of humor is like the one thing I'd look for for a woman. It's a sense of humor.
I mean, is she cute? Yes. Am I attracted to her? Kinda. Like, I'm not.
Like, you're not like going balls to the wall for her, right? But you are attracted.
But yeah, she's a pretty person, and she's inside and out. Like, if people can sense that you guys have chemistry, don't take it as a bad thing. Is what I'm trying
exactly.
to say. But there might be something there between the both of you. Like, Becca's never outright like said anything to me, but people around Becca, people who know Becca, because for a long time Becca and I would talk almost every single day,
Okay.
one way or another, text, phone call, what have you, like for a long time. And I was questioning it at first, not necessarily her motives, but like what was, and someone was just like laying it out for me. She's like, she probably likes you, but she's not gonna like cross a line with you, but she probably has some kind of attraction there for you guys. That's why you guys have been able to maintain being friends for so long. And that was, 8, 9 years ago. And now look at us, like we're like family now. So I mean, like there
Yeah.
could be something there. If someone was to like tell me, "Oh, are you attracted to Becca?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of am," but like not in a, "Oh my
Partner way.
God, yeah, no." It just it's just really weird to explain. And I've had several girlfriends. Like I think you have to be a really good person, male or female, to be friends with a guy or a girl that you have feelings for, but you still really like that person. Like they're a cool person to be around.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, I can't be with them. So you can chuck your feelings aside and develop a cool ass friendship, or you could try to you both go down the wrong road, and then it ultimately ends with you guys not being friends because you can't control your fucking emotions and you guys put everything on the table and now it's awkward. Or you dive in head first, you get rejected, and you back the fuck out. I think you can, like when I meet a cool person and it just goes into the friend zone. What's wrong with that? I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not. And that's another thing about like my experience at PPEC Tech. That's the school I went to. I learned a lot there. Like it like kind of toughened me up in a very weird sense because I'm not exactly in a household filled with the most masculine of people, and going into that whole new environment, something that I'm not used to. I feel like it made me a better person, if you will. Like it made me stop feeling sorry for myself and just like do something. So there was a lot I learned there, morality wise and technical wise, obviously, because it's a fucking tech school. But the one thing that I did not like was the fact that these were the kind of guys that they're like 1960s kind of guys, like the backwards thinking kind of people that were like, oh, you can't just be friends with a female. It was like if you're
It's
not like,
hard,
yeah, they're like,
but you
oh, you're just
can.
friends. You're just friends with this girl. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, oh, okay, so you're gay or you're this or you're that. I'm like, what's
Are
what?
you? Did you fuck her? No. Are you waiting to fuck her? No.
No,
Are you
do,
guys exes?
no, and then they're like, okay,
No.
then that's like some of them, specifically one that comes to my mind, that was like, nah, like that you, if I cannot be friends with a girl. It's all guys, and if I'm not fucking this girl or I don't have plans to fuck this girl, I'm not gonna talk to her. I'm like, what? What? It's kind of what kind of backwards ass thinking are you doing? You're 30 fucking years old. Well, at the time, I think he was like 32, 31. I'm like, you're 31, 32 years old. You're acting like you're 75. Even then, 75-year-olds aren't like that. At least not to my
What?
fucking
What?
knowledge. Like, it was weird because my one teacher, who was my first term teacher, he was like 70 something years old. He never thought like that. He never acted like that. Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Oh, you can't be friends with girls. You can't be friends with
Yeah.
broads. What are you doing? You can't
What are
be
you
friends with
doing?
broads. What are you doing? I
What are you
mean,
doing?
listen. For me personally, I'm a bit of a sensitive bloke. And with my female friends, they always kind of um, understood that and didn't pick on me for that. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I got one or two male friends, and that's about it. It it's hard to be friends with a lot. Some of them started off as like, oh, you're cute, but if I don't know. For me personally, I try to break the mold on purpose. Yes, I can be your friend. I won't hit on you. I won't make you feel uncomfortable. I won't make you feel weird. I'll never send you a dick pic. But could I
Never
think that
understood
you're
that.
hot? Yeah, I can fucking think that you're hot on the inside and not show it out with us becoming friends and realizing you're just a wonderful person. But if you can't get, like, what kind of a man, what kind of a savage are you if you can't actually get over your goddamn urges? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to sound like one of those snowflake millennial assholes to respect women. You should always respect women. But seriously, we have to evolve as a society. We have to evolve as human beings. And you guys, you're doing yourself a disservice because some of these women are girls too. It goes both ways. You're doing yourself a disservice sometimes when these people can be really good, influential, caring, and supportive people in your life.
Yeah.
And if it started off with a little bit of attraction, that's just human nature.
Yeah,
And I
it's
don't
just
know
that
about you,
urge.
Gump, but I like to be around attractive people. But you know what really attracts me about a person
Talent.
even more? Like, little talent. You know that I'm a sucker for talent. But
Yeah.
like a beautiful personality. And so, you know what I mean? However it comes, I try always to, just kind of embrace it if it goes one way. My oldest friend, I've known her since I was 11 years old. I'm 37 now. I was on her jock forever, dude. I was trying to get her to be my girlfriend for like middle school till like high school. But we just became incredibly close, good friends. That I wouldn't trade for a million, a bazillion dollars. She's just a wonderful person, great person, influential in my life. Can you imagine if I had those beliefs and like, oh fuck it? I don't think I would have the support I have now. So
Yeah, exactly. Like that kind of backwards thinking, it's just kind of moronic, and you're right. It's just you got to fight those urges because we're not just primates, we're not animals. We're we're a sophisticated society that has rules and has emotions. We're not just a eat, sleep, fuck, repeat kind of people anymore. We don't need that. And there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotions going around right now. I feel like the more technical our society becomes, I feel like the more of a support system we are going to need. Because I actually watched a trailer for this documentary that actually raised a good point. There's a lot of kids that play off like stress and anxiety just to get attention, but there's still a lot of kids who are still actually getting that stress and anxiety, and that's mainly because of like the popularity contest on constant repeat with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and stuff like that. It's like a mindset like you're not popular, you're not pretty, you're not cool if you don't have X amount of likes or X amount of attention. And that's the kind of world we're living in right now. Obviously, that's not the truth, but that's the way it's perceived, and it's fucked. So we're with things getting a little bit more tech savvy and things are getting a little bit more complicated. I feel like technology is evolving faster than we can actually deal with it, if that makes sense. And um, clearly, we're not everyone's ready for this kind of step in evolution, if you will, with tech. But we're still making those steps because for conveniences, for science, for medical purposes. But I don't know. I just feel like that kind of backwards thinking is not gonna give you the support system that you need, like Chris said. And I feel like this is a day and age where you really need a large support system to feel like you mean something and feel like you can actually take that next step forward into life and stop just feeling sorry for yourself on a daily basis, which can be very, very bad, especially when things are moving so fast nowadays.
no, yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean to go round that back to Webhead's question a little bit. Have we had somebody in our lives that's the opposite sex that was just a friend and people thought there was something more even though there wasn't? Yes, I
Yeah.
think everybody's kind of been there um, to some point. Is it? I think when I was younger, it was a lot harder to do, especially if a girl rejected you and she's like, "Oh, we can we stay friends?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not." like, I don't want to be reminded of you, but if they were a really special person, they always found their way back into my life. And there are a few people um, who I've minorly dated or a little thing, but nothing big, um, where they would always come back in my life. They stayed around. So it doesn't work with all of them, um,
But it works for
but the
some of
ones
them.
that like you don't know, right? The ones you don't think you can be friends with, and then time goes by and you can be, um, are some of the strongest friendships I have now because they know me on a different level. Not just because they see me in that kid, but they know who I am. So if I say I'm struggling with something, they'll go, I know exactly how you're handling it because I know you. And for me, you can't put a price tag on that. People say, "Oh, I have a lot of friends," but how many fucking friends do you know that say, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And you just say, "Fine," and they go, "What the fuck is the matter with you? What's the matter?" You don't say, "Fine, Chris. What's up? What's up? Tell me what's going on." I have like maybe four friends that know me like that. So like all I gotta say is like don't let the opposite sex be the reason why you can't be friends with somebody because especially nowadays you need all the good people around you can get people who understand you
Yeah.
even the people that will let you just have a moment even if it's out of character for you and you're like maybe people to talk you out of shaving your head because you feel a little nutty but
Yeah, I wish you would have came to me before you did that, to be honest. Because, oh man, you're looking like King Neptune in the SpongeBob movie, my dude. It's pretty fucking bad. It's fucking. I remember I used to buzz my head all the goddamn time because that's all my mom would like do for us. Like growing up, it was just like get a buzz cut, get a buzz cut, get a buzz cut. I remember I had to convince. I actually had to like convince my mom that I should get a different haircut. I'm like, well, I'm at this point, I'm like 17 years old. I'm like, I'm 17 years old. Can I pick my own goddamn haircut? Well, I'm the one paying for it. I'm like, well, it's my head. I mean, can we come to a negotiation here? She's like, fine. If I think it looks ugly and you pick wrong, you're going back to a buzz cut. I'm like, fine. And I just did simple fade trim on top. And she's like, oh, not bad. I'm like, exactly. Can I just, that's what I've been doing since. And thank God for that because I hate the look of the buzz cut, especially when it starts getting bigger. Like, oh my God, it's so bad. You see that. Oh, dude, let's talk about hair for real quick. You saw my hair in that movie Mason, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I can't
Like,
remember.
it was bad, dude. Like the top of my hair got so long to the point where it like had a mind of its own, and I started sweating, and it would go all over the goddamn place. It was not good. It was awful. It was probably the worst hair I've had on my channel ever, and I've had a channel for almost 6 years now, so that's saying something. The main reason is because like I think it's because they said, okay, just don't get a haircut once we shoot this first scene, so or we're gonna have to redo everything. I'm like, I was supposed to get a haircut tomorrow. Can we just shoot this tomorrow? And they're like, no, can't. I'm busy tomorrow. I'm like, I guess I'm canceling the haircut. And then I shot,
We
and then it was like I think like 3 or 4 days later we did the final scene, and then that's when that happened, and that's why my hair is as ugly as it was in there.
uh yeah, but I don't care that my hair's buzzed. I'll just put a hat on. Like I
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, that's the
It's just one less thing to worry about now. Yay!
funny story. I remember having a crush on a girl since middle school, but gave up on my senior year. But wait, hold up.
Read slowly.
Hold up. But gave up by senior year. But when we work together, that's when she W.
That's when she.
uh, I'm glad to have good good hair. I did it. God, I'm like this. Oh, dude, again, it's that fucking ADHD, Chris. I'm reading 7 lines ahead. I'm like, like my mind's trying to catch up and shit. Oh, dude, that's ass. It's fucking
Oh, let me
ass.
try to make sense of that sentence. So, he started working with a girl, and that's when she started noticing him after they've known each other since middle school. Is that what I'm?
Is that yeah? Because for some reason, like where I'm at on my thing, the comment gets cut off. The comment gets cut off, so I can't see the full comment. That's what I'm assuming because it just goes. That's when she W. What are you watching?
So I'm sorry. It's a little video of my daughter dancing inside a Halloween store this afternoon.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's
The
adorable.
Halloween music.
That's cool.
My wife just sent it to me. Sorry. Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, no. I've had a fair amount of crushes in high school. I asked, how many people did I ask out there in high school? I think I only asked out the one, and then I got the nice response of I got to check with my dad first.
What?
Yeah, that was the response I got. And let me tell you, that was the nicest way it was put down. It got worse and worse as the years went on. It progressively got worse. And I like to me, I feel like that was I asked her out when we were at homecoming because I got a like I don't consider this a date because we weren't together, but I actually asked her out to homecoming because I was into her and she was a really shy girl and she was like sure, and then I asked her out during homecoming. That's when she gave me the whole yeah, I had to talk to my dad, and I was a fucking wreck building up to that. I was like stuttering, I was sweating, I was a goddamn mess. It was the first time I was asking someone out. I'm like, I got to make my move before it's too late. Then I was hit with that. Talk about came at me with like a wrecking ball, bro. Holy F.
Did she ever come back and say what her dad said?
No. No, like that's what her dad said. No. And then she ended up moving that year. And of course it was not because of me because I'm not like that bad of a person where she's going to move because some dude asked her out. No, but she had a lot of like family issues and like they were always traveling and I didn't know that until later because I was talking about her like later the next year and then someone was like oh no she moved because like her dad's constantly changing jobs and shit like that so they got to go wherever he goes so it was one of those scenarios so I'm like okay that sucks whatever again you can't win them all and I'm batting
good that,
0 and
like,
5
you know that, though. Like,
yeah exactly because I would have been I mean I'm a
nothing
grown-ass
sucks
man
more
now
when you're a kid, though.
Yeah,
when your
definitely.
crush moves away. When
Yeah.
your crush moves away,
Yeah, that
oh
sucks.
man, I still have the hots for this girl who moved away when I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
She got and left, man, before I could get the balls to like.
That's
put a
the
move
hardest
in.
part, dude. It's just always make that first move. It's like after you make that first step, it seems like the rest is a little easier. Like it feels like okay, the first step you're gonna step on like a 17-inch needle, and it's gonna go through your fucking leg into your femur. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do all that. And then after that, it's like okay, now you're stepping on one singular Lego piece, and then after that, you're stepping on blah 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 blah, and then it just gets easier and easier. But man. I've asked 5 different women out, and it never got easier. I think the last one was kind of easy because I knew my shots were low, my chances were low. But I'm like, I gotta shoot my shot. I might as well. But like, I wasn't even a date. I was just like, yo, you want to go? You want to go to a movie because I'm bored? You want to go to a movie like sometime this weekend? And you know what? This is what sucked. Like this is what put me down. It's not the fact that I hit the movie. She's like, ew, no. Blocked me on Facebook. Blocked me on Instagram.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. That was the last time I shot my shot. And that was what was that, like 2 years ago? It was like 2 years ago. And I shot my shot and then I got blocked. I'm like nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. But everyone's like, you gotta deal with it. I'm like, no, that one kind of sucked because I would
You
like
have to deal with rejection. That's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, but it was just the fact it was to that extreme when it wasn't even me asking her out. Technically, it was just in my mind. I'm like, okay, let's not be creepy about it. Let's just ask to hang out. What's the harm in that, right? That's what's going in my head. Okay, so that's why I'm not getting super nervous. I'm not asking her out. I'm like, hey, you want to go watch a movie? And blocked me. I'm like, oh fuck, what did I say? Like, I didn't think I was being rude about it. We were talking for like she was a high school acquaintance, and she messaged me for some reason. We talked for like a couple weeks. Then I made my move. Like, yo, you want to go watch a movie? Ew, no. I'm like, fuck. I'm glad you said no, dude. Acting like that?
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't care how good you look. You fucking act like that. I don't care. Like, there's been a
Have you
handful
ever
of
thought?
times. Like, oh no, you go, you go.
I was gonna say, have you ever thought about like just lowering your standards?
Oh no, there's like, I don't want to talk mean about her because I really did like her, but like, my standards on the first girl, Hallie, that was her name.
Oh, no way.
No, she's nowhere.
Hallie is the one I was telling you about. I've known since I was 11.
Oh fucking whoa!
That's my dude.
Whoa!
That's my friend's name is Hallie.
Whoa, that's crazy.
My
No, but
daughter's named after her daughter.
okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. No, but like, Hallie wasn't like fucking bikini model or anything like that.
Neither
So
was
I was,
mine, but Hallie was she was just, I don't know, man. Like, she just had that charisma. Like, she was different than other girls. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I definitely know what
She
you
was
mean.
different than other girls our age. She was, like, you could tell, like, she was a little bit more mature.
That's why I went after Hallie because I mean like she was shy, but I knew that there was like a lot to her.
She was shy, cute, smart.
Yeah, and like
know,
she was
like
always
girl next
helping
door
out
type.
other people, helping other people in the
Yeah.
class. I'm like, so she's
Yeah.
kind,
She
and
was always helping me out in math because I was retarded.
yeah, I actually had to help her out in math. She was helping me out in science because I had two classes with her, so we had that little back and forth. That's why I asked her the homecoming. And I told my mom, like, I'm gonna try to ask this girl out. She's like, oh my God, tell me how it goes. I came back home crying, like, oh my God, she said that she's gonna ask her dad for permission. And she's like, that's not good. But then she tried to be a nice mom, like reinforce me. She's like, that's good. Then literally, what was it like? I think it was like recently, like a year ago. She was telling me, like we were just talking, and then that became one of the conversations. She's like, oh yeah, by the way, when I heard that she's gonna ask her dad for permission, I knew you were fucked. I just wanted to be nice. I'm like, oh, thank you, mom. At least you're considering my feelings sometimes. That's great.
Jeez.
No, but no. Again, nothing you can do. I'm not setting my standards really high anymore because I'm now at that point in my life where I'm like, okay, I've seen a handful of women that I'm really like attracted to physically. I'm like, okay, you're really cute, but then I hear them talk and the way they act, instantly, that beauty, like I don't get the same feelings anymore. I'm like, you to me, your personality is so bad that I find you ugly. Like, I never felt that way before. Like, I know that's a thing you're supposed to feel all the time, but that's the first time I actually felt it. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I know I'm not like some supreme model or anything like that, but I definitely deserve better than you. And I fucking left. So I'm at the point now, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going off of personality. I'm like, if I see someone who's like, yo, I love superheroes, I love comics, and I love memes, I'm talking to you. That's at that point now. I don't care what the fuck you look like. It's that simple. If you like if you like Spider-Man or Batman, and you can tell me a storyline from the comics, I might give you a ring right then and there. It's just like, seriously, like I don't fucking care about your looks anymore. Just have a sense of humor, because I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who gets offended by every little joke I make, because I make some offensive ass jokes, and
Yeah, no shit.
no, I never once told an offensive joke. My bad. Never once did. No, but like, because there's times where like even on YouTube I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna say that. Nah, that's gonna get me in trouble. But the things I don't say are still very offensive, and I don't want to have someone being like trying to cancel me over that, and then like dumping me, then saying that I'm a horrible human being because I made a laugh at insert terrible awful meme there. No, I don't want that. I want someone to say, okay, I might not love all your sense of humor, but I'm not gonna sit there and like cry about it. Don't get me wrong. There's a fucked up joke here or there that I might laugh at. I'm like, that's kind of funny. I'm like, hey, now we're talking. And that's what I look for now. It's just sense of humor and someone who's kind of a nerd. I don't need you need this said girl to be a nerd, but I just want her to be like, okay, I can follow or act like they're interested. Because I feel like if you can find someone who's not interested in something, but because you're talking about it in such a high energetic pace that they like it that much more, but they still don't really care, but you know what I mean? But they're listening to you. I feel like once you find that, you got to date them. You got to keep them because they actually care. And unless you're just really, 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 really good friends, which the one girl who was on the stream, Crystal, is like that too, because I can go off on my tangents, and she would literally let me talk for 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, sorry. And she's like, no, that's fine. I'm like, did you follow any of that? She's like, I kind of lost you here and there, but I think I got the gist of it. Like,
no, if that person comes back for more, they come back to hear you do that more and more and more, and they don't care, that's a keeper. Whether
exactly.
It goes romantic, whether it just stays a friend, that's a keeper.
Exactly.
But, seriously, I think we're beating a dead horse when it comes to relationships. Well, there's much else we could, really say.
Nah. So we'll move on because we've been talking about romance for 50 minutes. So it's just really weird.
Yeah, it's two dudes talking about girls and shit. Let's. Have you seen any memes lately?
Yeah, Webhead, go to my Twitter and start sending me. Give me the dank memes, please. Give me the dankest of the dank. That's what I want. Chop. In the meantime,
the icky of the icky.
The icky.
Well, don't do like that, Webhead. Please help us out. We're dying.
No, I got a conversation point right here. So,
on behalf of us, Webhead, thank you. Go ahead, because Gump's a dickhead.
What? What did I do?
You ordered him around, you chopped, and you clapped like a fucking arrogant 1600 fucking
chop.
king.
Give me my memes! Dank memes, why? Because why not? He just says why. I'm like, just because why not? Give us some nerd memes. Give us some nerd memes. If you want to have a theme, go ahead. If you don't want a theme, you just want to go for raunchy memes, go ahead and send them. And if they're funny and I like them, I'll show you on stream.
Try to find a meme that'll make us laugh so hard we have to close the stream.
That will never happen, by the way. I can laugh for probably 25 minutes and not,
Oh, did you see my tweet about my laugh?
Yeah, I did. And then that's why I was like, yeah, I don't know what I compared yours to, but I remember I compared my laugh to a tire being deflated slowly.
Right. I think you said mine was like an air horn.
Yeah, it's like an air horn. Oh, man. Gump is a douche sometimes, Chris, don't worry. Oh, fuck you too, you little shit.
I'm well aware of his douche qualities, but most people don't understand that it's all an act. He's not really a bad guy at all.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Webhead knows this too.
People.
Yeah, Webhead knows that by now. Yeah, I've known him for 5 years. He was my first. I think I told you this. Webhead was my first collab ever.
Yeah.
And I made the comparison that I guess at this point, pun intended, he led a web of people that I met through YouTube, and it all kind of circles back to him.
What?
A web of people in
you said a web of people that I've went on the internet.
I did not say that.
Go back.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
You said
I did not say that.
Of
people I met on the internet. A web of people I met on the internet. I am Christopher, and I am a boy. And you said something you said something that was not correct. So I'm going to be a criminal and correct you.
You W's, man. You said web. Where you said
What are you even saying?
I can't remember.
Yeah, you know why? Because it never happens. It's all in your head,
It did.
Chris. It's all in your head, and you fucking know it. And you, God damn it, Goofy, not on my stream.
Damn it, Goofy.
God damn it, Goofy, I swear to God.
Chop your balls off, Goofy, I swear to God.
Swear to God, Goofy, I'll get a butter knife and shove it up your ass. Man, that's not fun. No, no. I mean, some people might like it. I don't know. There's some weird people out there. Anyway, what was I going to say? Because Chris had to be a douche about it. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, almost everyone I met on YouTube was actually originated back to Webhead. Almost everyone I met. Even you, Chris. Like, it can all go back, at some point, go back to Webhead. The only people that he did not introduce me to or have a hand in introducing me to was the guys from the UK. I found them on my own, and that was through me searching through hashtags on Twitter. I looked up hashtag small YouTuber, hashtag Dead by Daylight, because that's the game I started playing a lot of at that time, which is almost a year ago now. And I saw like 19, 20 different people, and I messaged every single one of them if they were interested in a collab. Because at this point, Nico was getting really
How many
busy.
responded?
One. Not kidding. And that was Paul from the Geordie Nerd. He was the only one that responded out of the 19, 20 people I messaged. And he introduced me to a bunch of different people. Like he introduced me to Billy, Luke, and two other people, I think, or one other person that was there for that recording session. Then later down the line, it really just became me, Paul, Luke, and then I was introduced to Guido. And then it kind of just became the four of us, and that's where a lot of my gaming videos are coming from, is those four. Because I'm telling you, we had instant chemistry. I remember the first thing he said was, "Okay, Gump, I'm going to level with you. We don't really do the objectives. We just kind of run around, scream, act like a bunch of idiots." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to fit right in." And then I forget what it was. It was probably like 10 minutes into the recording session. Paul fucks me over in the game, and I scream at the top of my lungs, "You're a fucking idiot." I just met the guy, and I'm screaming, calling him a fucking idiot, not know how he's going to take it, because that's the competitive side of me. He started pissing his pants laughing, and he's like, "This guy's funny." And that's what, we just became instant friends. I think that he said on his podcast, which will be airing tomorrow, I believe, if not tomorrow, Monday, he said that's what kind of stuck our friendship. And he thought that I was going to not like him if his video wasn't that good, because this is our first impressions with each other. And he saw that my video was up later that night. He's like, "Oh my God, this guy's a hard worker." I'm like, "Sure, okay, that's one word to describe me." And oh my God, this guy's probably got high standards. I'm like, "High standards? Are you fucking kidding me?" What fucking standards? But no, then we eventually realized that I'm just a dude trying to have a laugh, trying to make other people laugh, and we kind of just stuck around since. So that's the only people that Webhead did not introduce me to. Let's see.
Webhead didn't introduce us.
No, but he had a hand in it in a very unironic way, because I think I met you through Nico, and I met Nico through him.
Okay. So
yeah, so that's why I use the word webbing, because it all kind of circles back to him, and then on the side it's just the three lovely idiots that we call ourselves the Scooby Gang. That's how it goes.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I started trolling you a little bit.
Yeah.
Playing Fortnite. And
yeah, it was a lot of emoji unicorns. It was just like, I forget. I don't know when we really started talking. And how you found out that I actually kind of sort of knew what I was talking about when it came to film. I forget when that happened. When it just came, because I remember seeing your channel of Two Side Review, and then I don't know. We just started talking, and then I think we didn't really start talking until last year.
Yeah,
it was sometime last year. Let's see what we got here. That's a stupid video. But do you by any chance remember when we actually started like talking? And when did you find out that I had knowledge? I don't like toot my own horn, but like that I had some form of knowledge on film.
Um, I can't like nail it down to one specific, but I think we definitely started talking a whole lot more when we traded gamer tags. Whenever but I think I saw one of your WTF series.
Oh, one of the old ones. Oh God.
I saw your short film. Um, I don't know. Like I don't even remember how I met Nico, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
definitely a thing too. Like, I
in
definitely
my head,
know.
Nico's always been there as long as I've been on Twitter. Nico's been one of the first people that I've engaged with on Twitter since 2017. So I've known you for just as long, but we haven't really been talking. I was just that obnoxious guy that would come in the streams and shit, and it wasn't until about a year ago, I think, that when I think I started telling you more about my film projects. I think that's
Okay.
what. Then you started talking to me about your stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, if you want to see the meme, it's on the screen right now of my stream. Um, but no, like that's the same thing with Nico. I don't know what specifically made me interact with him or what made him interact with me, but I definitely know for sure it involved Webhead. Um, because I remember there was a podcast called The Cool Nerd Show who I've actually met in person twice. No, I think three times actually. And I met them through Webhead. And then I feel like there was a trivia show that they did, and I actually participated in. And I think Nico had some participation in that. So that's maybe how I interacted with Nico. And then I remember our first collaboration together was um, me and Nico doing the my old trivia show called Say What Trivia. Um, I would revive that series, but there's just not enough people who are interested in it. Not viewership wise, because they always did pretty good. They like back in the day. It was back in the day, fucking 3 years ago. Um, uh, like I got like on average 20 views, 30 views. My viewership hasn't really changed. That's why I'm trying to change my channel up a lot, just to get those numbers up a little bit. But but
You
the
gotta do
the
shit ton more promoting, man.
yeah, but like that's what I'm starting to do now is just talking a lot more on Twitter. That's what I'm trying to do.
Engage with
That's
other
not
people.
what I wanted to do. Get rid of that.
I can't read that meme, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'll full screen
Too
it.
small.
Let me full screen it. There you go. Let me know when you can read it.
It's not full screen.
Yeah, I'll continue talking. Yeah.
Realizing people are using this site to watch TV shows.
You little monster. I thought you were masturbating! Dude, Pornhub's like, Twitter's fucking whack. Like, I remember back in like 2018, 2019, I forget what year, but like, Fortnite servers were, no, it was 2018. It was like late 2018. Fortnite servers were, like, they crashed for the first time ever, and a lot of people didn't know what the fuck to do. And then Pornhub tweets out. I only found this out because like a lot of people were retweeting it, and they're like, "Well, we woke up to our like viewership like shooting up like 300%, and then we realized Fortnite servers were down." And I'm like, "Oh no!" So what happens when Fortnite goes down? You just gotta relieve some stress. You gotta relieve that stress somehow. Oh man, but I don't know. I feel like it's becoming a new norm for like companies to like be raunchy on their Twitters because it gets a lot of promotion out there. When like a big company like a Wendy's or like a Fall Guys official Twitter, they start going out and roasting people up. People love that because not everyone's like sensitive about their emotions. And some people like that. They're like, I just got roasted by fucking Wendy's. Imagine you,
Right.
imagine
if
you
Wendy's
get.
roasted me, I'd laugh my ass off and share it with the world.
Yeah, dude, that's like
Because I
that's
don't
an
take
honor.
myself serious. Right.
It's a fucking honor. Like I can't
Wendy's,
imagine.
last time I was there, you didn't give me fucking nuggets, you cocksucker.
And
And then they
would-
come
would
back
come
with
back.
something smart, and I'm like, Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I hate Wendy's, but I love Wendy's Twitter though. Man, what a fucking treasure. Like I remember when they became really big. I think it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I don't see many of their tweets anymore. I guess it's just because it's standard, and I don't know, but like Fall Guys, like their Twitter blew up because they were kept roasting one singular streamer for never winning a game, and then after he won, their Twitter kind of died out because they couldn't really roast one singular person because it became a meme at that point. Like like the Fall Guys official Twitter roasting one dude, and then every time Tim, the guy's name was Tim, every time he would try to come back, they came back twice as hard, and it was always so fucking funny. And after he won again, they just kind of went downhill. And no one's playing Fall Guys anymore. My buddy just got done streaming it a couple hours ago. No one joined in, and then we saw the stats on Twitch. What was being streamed? It's this new game called Among Us, which is only on Steam, which is fucking bullshit. Minecraft, Just Chatting, Apex Legends is above Fall Guys, dude. And Apex Legends is 2 years old, and no one really plays that fucking game. But apparently,
Chatting is above any game, then your game sucks.
Just Chatting is apparently
Just
very popular.
Chatting it is. I mean, I should start up a fucking Twitch and
Just
play
do
video
Just
games
Chatting.
and talk shit.
Yeah.
Just Chatting. I would love to do more interactions with my followers. I just don't like. I fail at YouTube. Every time I try, I fail.
This is sad.
I gotta think of a way to go live on Twitter.
Twitter? Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
don't
where
know.
I have my followers are on Twitter.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like,
What are you
Yeah.
giggling at?
I just said this was this depressing more than anything. I'll share it. Let me get it out. How do I like delete this one image? Yeah, there we go. Should we share it? This is why we wanted memes, guys, because I can show a meme live
We
stream.
don't have topics. This is like the worst podcast in like recorded history.
No, it's not. Trust me, there's a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse out there.
What, you want to switch up to live gameplay?
Fucking, I can't do that.
Guess who's going to find gifts?
A GF girlfriend this 2020, and then it's Shrek saying, "Yeah, like that's ever gonna happen." It's so fucking sad.
Sad. I just don't get it.
It's Shrek saying like the chick saying because that's a thing. This Daisy Ridley was like,
What?
"Yo," Daisy Ridley held up a sign saying, like basically your 2020 is gonna be great, and people insert something like, "Guess who's gonna find a girlfriend this 2020?" And then it's Shrek saying, "Yeah, like that's ever gonna happen." If I have to explain the fucking meme to you, you're dumb. You're dumb. Tiny brain. Small.
Who's a Daisy Ridley?
Are you serious?
No.
You're being serious. Oh my god. Oh,
No.
You poor thing. Oh no.
No.
Can we get an RIP for Chris in the chat? Thank you. Thank you. It's very unfortunate. Oh, stop. Stop. Dude, I think your dentures fell out, dude. I think your dentures fell out. Oh man. No, but what was I saying before the image came out? What were we even talking about? This is the podcast.
iDub.
Fucking I got. It's a fucking weird. That is a horrible video in its own right. Oh my
Isn't it?
god. I love it
man.
when like I'm not gonna
was
pretend like I was.
pissed.
I'm not gonna pretend like I was never like this.
Off.
I can't pretend like I was never like that. Like if I screamed at a camera long enough, people would actually fucking care. And now I'm at the point I'm like, no one's gonna care. No one cares, dude. And then I see him doing this, and then he's just roasting this guy up in a very awful way. And then he goes like, one, it says something, two, says something, two, it says something. I'm like, oh my god. But fucking poor thing. Let me look at this one image. Okay, I'm not sure if Chris ever did this because he was clearly the best student. But this makes sense to me because I always did this in high school. And my teacher, the second I did that, she just walked away. She was not having it. Hold up, let me get it. Oh wait, you're a teacher, so that's right. I'm gonna see if kids do this to you.
Dude, you need to stop telling people I'm a teacher, motherfucker.
You're not a teacher.
I'm a teacher. I just don't advertise it.
Here you go. Here you
go. Excuse me.
That fucking face. I love that movie, by the way. It's from the SpongeBob movie. You see it?
When the teacher asks for homework and you gotta act like you're looking for it, even though you don't. I can't find it. I had it. I swear I had it this morning.
Yeah, I did that all the fucking time. I'm telling you, I could have been a straight A student if I did my homework.
We can tell when you're telling the truth and when you're not. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, no, I know that now, but like as a kid, you're like, maybe you can outsmart her. Like
right.
It's like Mission Impossible, big break time.
The teachers used to like, okay, that's fine. You forgot your homework, okay, and I'm like, yes. Well, you bring it in tomorrow, but you're only getting 50% on it, and I need your dad to sign it. Fuck. Now it's like you might as well, like you're not even gonna get like. Some you buy an extra day, right? Woohoo! I got an extra day to do it. Bring it in tomorrow. I forgot it. No big deal. Teachers started getting hip to that shit. They started saying, "Well, you're bringing it tomorrow, but I expect it all the way done, but you're only going to get 50% on it."
Yeah, that's beat. Yeah, that started happening too when I was like a senior, mainly in my algebra.
I forget to give you full credit.
Man, dude, I fucking hate
my teachers were savages in high school. They were like, okay, you little shits, you want to be adults?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck. When I grew up I was in high school in the late 90s, I graduated in 2001. So it was right, 98, 99, 2000, 2001 was when I was in high school. And there was no such thing as a special snowflake. Life sucked, and they treated you like They expected you, like, your actions had consequences! Your actions have consequences! Right.
Okay. I would have sent this one directly to you. I'm sending this one directly to my big pal Christopher. It's not awful. It's not awful. It's just context.
It better be fucking. Like,
it's not horrible. It's not horrible. It's just, again, you'll see what I mean. But the meme itself, it's relatable. The meme itself is definitely relatable. But fucking hell, dude!
Send it to me on Twitter.
Text it. It's like literally sending right now. My phone's being a fucking cuck.
Chicken nuggets. Unfortunately, on the French fries, but you skipped the milkshake because it's unhealthy. Fitness is my passion.
But yeah.
Oh no. Hey, do you want to kill some zombies?
What are you talking about?
We can kill some zombies.
Well, I can't just keep the stream going and then just go to another game.
Why not?
Because that's the PlayStation for you. The second I leave an app, the stream ends.
Oh,
that's how.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's literally the limitations to a PlayStation. I don't have a capture card. I mean, I had a capture card but it was ass. Oh yeah, and on top of that, if being ass, the PS4 is so good, right? Are you ready for this, guys?
Right.
Capture
Yep.
card was so good that it would
How
capture
good
the
was it?
image. It was so good that it captured the image, but it would never capture the audio. I went to Best Buy and talked to them about that. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's a PS4 thing. You're never gonna get party audio ever. You're never gonna pick up your audio if you even have the fucking microphone that you're talking through directly into the capture card. It'll never capture your audio."
That's just because the PS4's operating system won't talk to your capture card. They've only made it video. I mean, that's a design flaw.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah,
fly,
from
dude.
PlayStation's from PlayStation's point of view, the hardware won't talk to the software won't talk to the hardware.
Yeah, so I'm hoping with PS5. This I've talked about this a handful of times, especially with different people. But I was really hoping for PS5 to like have a better share factory with more options for editing, specifically being able to have a second track for footage. That's what I want. It's only one singular track for your footage, one track for your audio, and or a face cam in this case, and then one track for your music. That's it. So this flight finally decided to leave. But yeah, it's very limited. So I'm hoping with PS5 that you can do that. And on top of that, I wish I could do capture card and actually pick up the audio, because it was actually pretty crisp. It was pretty good. Um, but again, just never captured the game audio. It's terrible. Okay, guys. So this motherfucking fly. I swear to God, Goofy. Watch this. I'm gonna kill this fly. So actually, Chris, while we're here, I totally forgot this. Is what I wanted something to bring up. So you're working on a little film, are you now?
It's not a little film.
Yeah.
By
Talk
no
about it.
means, yes.
Talk about it. Why try to kill this fly?
So, well, talk about it. Like,
Like where are you at in the filmmaking
why don't you
process?
just ask me a question and
Okay.
it's very
Okay.
it's a very
What's your
young,
film about?
it's a very um my film is about a killer that escapes from an insane asylum, terrorizing a house on Thanksgiving in 1997.
That was
Made in the vein of the old school slasher films.
God damn, you sound like you're fucking dead, dude. Have some goddamn passion with it. Dude, we're working he's working on this really awesome project right now, and it's actually going to pay a lot of homage to the Halloween film. And I know we've talked about it a handful of times. He's fucking excited about this, and I can tell.
am.
And yeah, right now he's in the tight spot with a lot of budgeting issues, but that's beside the point. But right now we're here to give you to like this awesome
Sneak
project.
preview, I guess. I mean, if you stay through this whole fucking stream, you'll never see this part.
Poor child. Like no, there's a good amount of people that
We just-
Webhead.
you
Listen,
just know we've
Webhead
been-
right now. Webhead could actually get the footage and post it on his Instagram if he wanted to. Right, Webhead? Or give me a high five. Give me skin. No, yeah, but yeah, he's working on a feature film.
We've just been hesitant to really kind of talk about it out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, that's
Other
true.
than- it does have a page. It's called The Last Thanksgiving. It's just I'm humble when it comes to talking about my projects. Like I'm super excited, like but that side of me, like you've been like, let's just tell everybody now.
Yeah,
You're a co-writer on the project. You've worked the story out with me. Basically, it's our story, so to speak. And we're working with a second writer slash producer out in Arizona and a partner out in New Mexico, who are also handling the script
dialogue.
to give it dialogue to give us a lot more punch and build these great characters in these moments up to where we want them to be. But Yeah, so it's kind of been something that we've been working on for a while now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been like a
I don't
little
want
over
to
a
like
month.
give too much
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
I just really, yeah. So I mean, that's kind of where we're at, as far as we're getting into production. Yeah.
He says, "Can Gump get a cameo getting killed?" LOL.
It's possible.
Anything's possible. It could
Um,
be a last second
I
thing. You never know. You
right.
never know when it comes to the filmmaking process. Because again, for those who don't know what it's like to
Hell,
be
I
on set,
might
it's
get in
everything's
there
unpredictable. Yeah,
and
just get
right. I might
murdered.
get in there and play a kill to get and die. I might get in there. I might. Me and Gump might even play the first two guards in the opening of the movie. One of them, you'll be the driver, I'll be the guard. You could be the guy
That gets
that
wah 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 wah
dies.
wah 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 wah. Yeah,
That gets that, and then I'll be the one that gets totally
wah
like
wah 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 wah.
fucking wad inside the van and opening. Right. So I mean, who knows? I'm
No one
in.
knows.
You know, I've been in my films before. I started off as a child actor, moved my way behind the scenes. So me is just being super hyper. I would know that I would love to step in there and
Yeah,
play a part. And if Gump's down for it,
I'm always
and
down.
we could sell it, yeah, I would love for us to make cameos in it for sure.
Yeah, I think if I
Is
get
it set up
if I
like that?
if this no,
But
it's not. But like if this does happen, right? For the fucking shits and giggles, let's just entertain the idea that it will happen, right? I
no,
feel like
it
at
is
this
going to
point,
happen. Let's just hold on. Stop the fucking phone.
stop the phone. Hold up, okay.
Stop. No, don't stop. No, not stop the phone, but hold the phone. Like, this film is going to get made.
Oh yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that
Whether
if,
it's up to, whether the quality is to a point where the distributor, we're getting high distribution and we're getting all the kind of funds we need. It's another thing. But yes, so when this film starts to get into shooting, into principal photography. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I was saying that
You gotta have that mindset.
yeah. So like, let's entertain the idea that we do cameo in this. I feel like
Yeah.
at this point I gotta be the guy that always dies on camera, because I died in my first short film. I will die in this. I think I'll be very okay with that, just being the guy that constantly gets axed off, and it's always something different. In my short film, I got fucking
Yeah, but
literally
that's
stabbed to death.
super tropey.
It is very tropey, but
And
hey, you
if
can
you're
play it
not
off for
the
laughs.
first- I mean, yeah, you could do that if given the circumstances, but I mean, as of right now, like us making cameos, people won't even know that we're the screenwriters. And
Not if they
director.
not if
You know
they
what I
like
mean?
see the credits, like because
Well, I mean, they will, and they. I don't know.
I mean, like,
But
hey, I mean, there's like, what was it? There's always people that make cameos in their films all the time, and people always make
I
that
understand
connection.
that.
Yeah.
I get that, but I don't know if I want to be doing that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely get that.
Artistically,
Artistically, that
yeah.
makes sense. But like for like, you never know. Like, it
If
could be
I'm
a
a
spur of the
random
moment.
body, yeah, a guy, I don't know. Anyway, but so as far as that, we have a treatment. Our script is going through its first draft right now. We're slowly starting to build up a social media presence. Been tinkering around with some concept art. Have a little bit of money towards our budget. We've picked a state that we want to start shooting in. So I figured, we got a good year of pre-production to get everything done. So the script's going to need multiple passes before it's to a point where
It's finished.
it's finished. I'm in a different state. You're in a different state. The producers are in a different state. We
Yeah,
gotta
we're
start
all over the
casting.
goddamn country.
Budget's going to be the first thing. We have to start, a lot of things in sequences. But to bore you with the technicals, as my good friend Adam said to me, and you were on the fucking stream, where he said, "Oh, Chris, you just bore the shit out of people with the technicals." I'm like, well, I mean, I'm sorry. For me,
yeah.
if I was listening to another filmmaker, they better know what the fuck I'm talking about. They better know these things. Like, but anyway, the film is unique in the sense that I want to bring the Halloween, the slasher, the psychological thriller kind of a movie to the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
And I thought of just what films did I look up to, or not look up to necessarily, but admire, look up
Yeah.
to,
Admired. You got passion from.
where I found some kind of creativity,
Okay, we'll use that.
inspiration, and I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. So over the last few months, um, my projects, to cut, to just fucking, Gump, it's just been one thing after another, and
Yeah.
I've been through. So I just been going back and trying to think about what feature film I want to make. What's my big first push, my introduction film? Like, here's everything I got. Look at me. This is what I can do. Take a chance on me, kind of a thing. And you got it in the realm of independent filmmaking, and even as with my production team, with my production company, you have to eventually make your first big push into a feature film. And I couldn't figure out for like 10 years what I wanted that to be, because you have to live and breathe it. You have to. I needed to be comfortable enough to know the genre inside and out. I have to love the story. I have to know what my audience is, and just really believe in the project and see it in my mind's eye all the way through. If I'm going to put the time in, the years it's going to take to fall in love with this project and see it all the way through. Um, and it wasn't until all that stuff happened, I'm rewatching John Carpenter movies, and then I'm rewatching the behind the scenes documentaries, and a friend of mine gives me an idea, like, if you could do a horror film, what kind would you do? I was like, I would do a Halloween movie, but I would do it on Thanksgiving. And he said, tell me more. And I'm like, I don't know. I started pulling it out of my ass, and then before I knew it, I had producers, I had money, I had people come to me for a script, and I came to Gump, and I'm like, oh my god, I got this story, man, and people really like it. I need somebody to help me bring this to life. And do you want to come up, on board of the project and get your feet wet and see what it's like at a young age? The whole aspect of the whole filmmaking process, especially on an independent level. Like, if you can make it through an independent production, you should be able to handle a studio production. The only thing you're not going to like about a studio is they're not going to let you be an artist.
Yeah.
So if you can deal with that, those films are a walk in the park. Um, you earn your grit, you earn your might, you earn your muscle. Sorry.
No, you're good.
The
No, it's
whole,
fine.
maverick guerrilla style of filmmaking, the problem solving uh, that filmmaking is. I'm sorry, I keep hearing a fucking noise and it's distracting the shit out of me. So going through that, I think if you can get your hard knocks in that way, it's the best way to dive into it. I just dove into it when I was your age. I was doing like a bunch of PA work and um, a lot of uncredited assistant,
Oh, that's
uh,
nice.
just to get on set, just to get my
Yeah.
feet wet, just to like
Get an
experience.
understanding. Yeah.
Right. So this one came up out of that. So I decided to make this my first horror film, and the more I started talking with you, and I started telling you what I wanted to do, and I started describing the character and then the scenes, I wanted to make it simple. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We wanted to keep it fun, but also scary and dark, and um, pay homage and pay its respects to its predecessors, the films that got me excited, the film that got the horror community, because something me and Gump agree with is, like, there's a huge horror fan community out there, whether you
Yeah.
like the genre or not, and I don't necessarily think that it's my favorite genre, but there are parts of it that I like, and I think that we could really hit an audience with this kind of story. And I'm going to stop talking for just a
No,
second.
no, you're good. No, that's why we're on here on a podcast. We're here to literally talk. No, but like yeah, no, you're right. That's I feel like that's what's really good about the horror community because it's not like the superhero community, the CPM community, where it's just like a constant bicker battle. There's like you hear people screaming at each other, DC's better, Marvel's better, and then you got those fucking wild cards out there. They're like Dark Horse is better than Marvel and DC fanboys gang up and say fuck Dark Horse, and they just start stomping on them. And that's the CBM community. But then you get the horror community. They're just there for fun. They're there to have a good time. They're there for like a good scare, just a fun time. And you would see these horror characters sometimes fight. Predator versus Alien. You would have Jason versus Predator. Not Jason versus Predator, my bad. That's just something I did. Jason versus Freddy. And you would see stuff like that. And you would get some like stuff like that in the comics too. Like Batman versus Predator. But like there's clearly like an audience for these versus things, but they don't go at each other's throats for it because you know why they're just there for a good time. They think if they think Freddy's their favorite character and they see Freddy lose, they're not up in arms about it. They're like that was a good time. It's not what I wanted. Like when it came to it just being like a cheesy action film, but they're like that was just still a fun time because the horror community knows what they want and that's just to be entertained. Whereas you got a lot of, again, comparing it to comic book films, you got a lot of those audiences thinking that they're fucking high art because they read a comic book once or twice. Like, I don't know. So
No, I think I get where you're coming with it, and you said that the horror community, they're very understanding, like they're very
yeah,
forgiving when it comes to certain things as long as it's entertaining.
yeah,
They can forgive certain things, and I think that's as a filmmaker, that's a great tool to have a little bit of forgiveness with your audience. It allows you to go certain places with certain things.
yeah.
But with the last Thursday, I want us to go back to those old building up suspense moments of
Agreed.
stalking, and the music is just as creepy, the shots are just as creepy. Yeah, I wanted to kind of flow in such a way where we're a little bit on the like the movie starts off as building up the main family and stuff like that, and shifts its way into a parallel movie. But we make no excuses, we make no exceptions. The film is basically what it is. There's no high art, there is no ulterior there's no underlining meaning or tone or subtext. It's a psycho killer who looks creepy and cool and is going to remind you of all your favorite slasher guys, Jason, Freddy, Michael.
Yeah.
And you're gonna remember shots. Things are gonna look memorable, but it's gonna be fresh and different.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like our goal, and I talked to the producers, and I'm just gonna say this out loud, and I don't really give a shit. I want this to be the Halloween of Thanksgiving movies, and why not? Why not? Why
Yeah.
not let it be? And what's funny is I learned something about myself as well, that as much as I stayed away from horror my entire career, I've done, like Gump, you've seen on my Twitter, I've acted in horror films, I've been extras, and I've done minor roles in independent projects throughout my years, just for fun. I stopped legitimately acting, I think, when I was 20. So I love doing that, but I stayed away from horror. But one thing I learned is that the way that I like to shoot, the way I set up things, the way I shoot to edit, the way I think about the edit as I'm shooting, the way I think about what I want the score and the sound and the lighting to look like, I fit a great horror. I fit the horror genre with the way I shoot.
Yeah.
Which is why I tell people, like, oh, you're not doing Invaqui, which was another short film that was slated on my slate of films to do next. And I tried to tell them, like, this film is huge, but this film is easier for me to film. And they're like, what, are you crazy? I'm like, I don't know how to explain it to you unless you're in the biz, but Invaqui was a very technically effects-driven, effects-driven film with this very, very, very Nolan-like what is life anyway kind of undertone, or human journey, so to speak, hero's journey, in a way of like inspiration and just awe-inspiring visuals is the way I see it. I can't do that right now with the and that film is supposed to be a one-man show, like a one-man project anyway. So I look at it as like, what can I do technically? And the entire script that we've broken down, I have not hit a road where I'm like, I don't really know how to shoot that. I haven't hit one yet.
Which is good.
Yeah, and there's a couple scenes in there. I'm like, no, I have ways of doing it, but that's a starting point. Like, okay, I'm gonna do it this way, but I guarantee you, once we get on set, once we hire the right people,
they know what the fuck they're doing.
They're gonna take that to another level. But I have the basics down.
Yeah.
Of how we can get away with, how we can shoot it, too. So, and that's another thing. Like, jumping on this project, man. For me, I have to see it. I see all these shots. I haven't even explained them to you yet. We have these scenes, but I think the one that so vividly is we'll just call it the table scene, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You've seen me articulate that scene a few times, and there's multiple table scenes in the film, so haha. You guys aren't gonna know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that I see that one very clear, and that. And that's what's going to really come in handy as we pitch this movie down, as we go down the road.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really excited to be part of the process, actually seeing things unfold in front of me. Because I've heard how
you got to read the outline, right?
Yeah, I read the outline, and I'm like really, I actually really like what I'm seeing. And like you're saying, it's not impossible to film. This fucking fly.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's like we said, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're setting up suspense. We're giving you guys some build up. We aren't doing anything spectacular. This isn't like, we just want you to like sit back, relax, have fun, and go, oh man, that's cool. Yeah. I can tell that they were inspired by this or that, and I'm like, oh, this is, okay, after you're done watching this movie, I want you to go, God, that person appreciates the classics.
Yeah.
I don't want to poke fun at them. I want to homage to them, and none of them are going to be in your face about it either. They're going to be subtle, but that's how I want it to be. I want it to be woven into an already existing original story that you and I have come up with. But you'll see it with the sound a little bit. You'll see it with the shots. You'll see it with a little bit of mannerisms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll see those little moments that are going to make, I hope fans are going to enjoy and love and appreciate.
Yeah. Again, that's another thing like we talked about already. The fans know what they want. They don't want the wheel reinvented. When a horror film tries to be more than it is, specifically like a slasher, it tends to drive away why fans fell in love with slashers to begin with. And we know what we're making. We know what it is. But that doesn't mean we're not going to try to do something unique with it, something fun with it. We are. And we're going to do everything in our power to make this as good as possible. Just because we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're not trying our fucking asses off. And I just want that to be clear too. Because I feel like some people, not clearly like, not like Webhead, but like other people would be like, oh, if you're not trying to like tell this fucking artsy ass story, you're not trying. That's not true. It's what is your goal? And like Chris said earlier, what we're trying to do is entertain. And who are we entertaining? First rule of show business, well, one of the many rules of show business is know your audience.
Know your audience.
Yeah, exactly. And we know who we're trying to entertain.
Damn well who we're trying to entertain right now. Yeah,
exactly. So if you're one of the people that's like, oh, it's got to have some fucking 15th meaning behind the 14th meaning, behind the blah, 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 blah meaning, this ain't going to be for you. But if you're just there to have a good time, have a couple scares, have a lot of tense moments, this is going to be the movie for you. And again, Chris knows what he's talking about. And we're constructing something really good for you guys. And I'm really excited to see what you guys think when we finally get this thing made.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that. I don't really like know how to act when it comes to um, any kind of positive feedback or how do you say compliments. But yeah, you got to know your audience. You got to know who you're going to sell it to. You got to know what you're trying to achieve as a filmmaker. What's the plot? Not the plot, but necessarily what's the goal of the story? What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah.
And it's real simple. We want this to be a Thanksgiving slasher film that pays homage to the classics. It's real
Exactly.
simple. Doesn't reinvent the wheel. And hopefully there's enough compelling things in it that make it creepy, that we think is creepy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know what else to handle.
Yeah, I think we covered everything we could possibly do. We possibly can cover. And Webhead, thank you for sticking around for that. Like that means a lot for us, especially when we're just like being film nerds up here, geeking out about like the process. Because honestly, being part of the process once was like a natural high that I can never really get anywhere else. So just the fact
Yeah.
that I'm in the process again. I'm feeling that high, but I'm not gonna get like maxed out on that high until I'm like foot on set and I'm actually seeing things happening around me. And the fact this is gonna be like a legit set, unlike my like legit set where it only had like 3 people on it. This is gonna have multiple different people on here. That's fucking exciting. I'm gonna have like the biggest kick out of this project ever. And
You and me both.
yeah, dude, I'm fucking
It's always
excited.
a trip when you're hearing your shit for the first time and like you're
Yeah.
on set and someone's going like, "Damn, man, I remember when I was just talking about this in my office."
Oh my god, am I dude?
And
That's true.
now we're out here shooting. People are looking at you like it's like you written gold. The actors are looking at you like
This
in
is
your face
good.
like, "So, do you want me to read it like this?" I'm like, "I don't know, I just wrote it. Say something smart to the actor." "Oh, yeah, just put yourself into it. Yeah, just put as much of you as you can into it.
And
Feel
the
what's
thing,
right from you." And you're like, "I just wrote it because I thought it sounded cool."
and that's the thing
I
too.
can't
It's just
believe
like
these people are
interweave.
coming to me asking me for shit. It's cool. It's surreal. It's why you work up to that point. For me, it's always about the journey, and
Yeah,
that's another leg in the journey that I love to get to.
and
Casting is one of my favorite parts as well. So yeah. So if
it,
you're listening still, it's the last Thursday, and if you put in the I think it's at the last. It's not. Is it the last Thanksgiving or the last Thursday? Well, did we change the name? We didn't change the name, right? It's
no,
the
it's
last
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's the last Thursday.
In the
Christopher,
fucking treatment, it says, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's at the
he's good.
the
He's
last
he's
Thursday,
having a moment.
the last Thursday film on
Okay.
Twitter. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, if Webhead, if you're scrolling through Twitter right now, just it's on my social media feed. It's gonna be on Chris Hicks feed, Chris_Hicks1138.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you can go on his Twitter as well, and you can start retweeting all that stuff. That would mean the world to us because we need to get as much eyes on this as possible, especially when we start nearing the ending of the script making process, because we're going to need as much attention as we draw nearer to the production side of things. Well, for a podcast that had nothing to talk about at first, we were live for an hour and 42 minutes. I think we did good for ourselves, Chris. Give me a virtual high five. Hey, cool. You probably didn't do anything.
Yay.
You didn't do anything.
No,
I
I
can tell.
did it. I did it. I did
Okay.
it. I was gonna say, was it? Did we do good? Probably not. Did
I
we
think we
make
did
it
pretty
through
good.
it? Did we make it through? Yes.
I think
Is it
the
good?
fact that we talked,
No.
I feel like we didn't really struggle that much. I mean, there was a part in the middle where we were starting to struggle a little bit, but I feel like we did pretty good for what we had, which was nothing. Like I'm scrolling through the news feed, I'm like, oh god, I don't want to talk about that. Oh god, I don't want to talk about
Right.
that either. And I'm like, and it's just like, oh okay. After those two things I didn't want to talk about, I'm like, okay,
Well,
now
I
there's
wasn't
fucking
prepared
nothing.
to talk about the movie, so I was like a little like, I'm doing a movie. It's about like Halloween and shit.
Yeah, you got to throw that wild card every once in a while. Like, what the wild card?
Ow, my seat's hot. Why is I on the hot seat?
I'm on that. Oh, fuck, it's burning. Oh, shit. Well, I know we just plugged you in, but Chris, where can everyone find you? I know we literally just plugged it in, but we're ending right now.
If you're interested at all, and I don't know why you would be,
They would be.
You can go to Chris_Hicks1138 on Twitter. That's where you can find me. Follow me for my shenanigans and for updates on our horror film. Yay. Please, if you get a chance, check out my pinned tweet, and it'll send you directly there. And you get to check out our very first production poster that was done by a really good, young, talented, up-and-coming graphic artist named
Is that Ken? Yep.
Yeah, it's Ken. Good guy, good kid. I call him a kid, but he's like 24.
Fucking boomer.
to me he is. But yes, that's where you can find me.
Okay, and you guys know where you can find me at Twitter, Gumps_videos. And yeah, I'm not going back to Instagram. I was about to think about promoting them. That's not going to happen. You can follow me on Twitter, again, Gumps_videos. Support me on Patreon, patreon.com/GumpsVideos. You can subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you comment down below. And hopefully next week, there's actually some film news that's not creepy. Anyways, guys, this has been Gumps Videos. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And that's a good way to end. Peace. Peace, everyone. Jesus Christ, Christopher.